Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I definitely listened to the episode last week.
Dude, are you
I could have picked
freaking-
any rock star. I'm Nirvana. That's me. I am the state of being. I'm the state of being in which you find the most enlightenment. Nirvana. Hello. Nice to meet you.
So Matt, this is a question I asked you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
for-
Nirvana.
No, I'm not doing this bit. This is a question I asked you before we started recording, and I want to give you a better chance to answer it now, because I do know that you suck when it comes to memory, and so I'm going to give you the three musical artists I gave, and I want you to tell me which one I could not remember the last name of last week that I thought you and Roger were going to make fun of me for.
Oh, okay.
So my three artists, and this is the order I wrote them, was Paul McCartney, Dolly Parton, and Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay. It was Ozzy Osbourne. Did I get it?
Final answer?
Final answer.
You see, that would be the right answer if I wouldn't have been more ashamed that I didn't remember Paul McCartney's last name.
No, what?
I forgot it. It was like, it's Paul something.
Paul Childers.
Paul Stevens.
Paul
Martin.
the disciple. I guess he wasn't a disciple. He was an apostle. My bad. Sorry. Blasphemy.
Same thing.
Well, kinda. Not really.
Kind of.
There's a very huge distinction between them. As a Bible major, I'm sure you would know this.
No, there is actually a distinction. Do you know what the distinction was?
Disciples were people who followed Jesus while he was alive. Apostles were not.
Disciples, yes, are the ones that followed him. Though most of the disciples became apostles, it's because it's anyone who saw Jesus on earth while he was doing ministry. And Paul was considered a disciple because Jesus revealed himself to him on the road to Damascus.
Oh, hey, the more you know.
Yeah. Do you know the only disciple that didn't become an apostle?
Your mom. Yeah, got it. Sorry, no, I don't. I don't. Sorry, I am a middle school boy. I cannot stop your mom jokes, even though they are outdated and honestly a little sexist and inappropriate.
Just like your mom?
Oh, got him.
No, it was Judas, dude.
Judas, because he died. Freaking hung himself, dude.
Right there in the field.
Trigger warning for you people out there who didn't know Judas killed himself.
Hey, fun fact. Don't be like Judas. Don't kill yourself.
And I brought you murder. Judas.
Judas.
No. Oh, I love that. I love that vine, even though it is so factually just not even possible.
What do you mean? Judas was definitely alive when Jesus was born.
Definitely like 80 years old whenever Jesus was doing ministry. He was 80.
I love when people are like, did you know the wise men didn't even get there until Jesus was a toddler? And it's like, yeah, I know.
Do you not see this diploma here, this thing that I have that says that I went to Bible school?
It's
Come
not
on.
even the diploma. It's the fact that like they traveled from a great distance away. I wasn't assuming they were like right down the street. Like
the way that I saw it when I was a kid, and obviously like they say these things now, but when I was a kid, the way that I pictured it was they were seeing in the star charts or whatever they were doing, these wise men, they saw that there would be something happening, like that, like they were seeing things happen in the sky. I don't know, but it wasn't like the star appeared and they're like, all right, let's instantaneously teleport to Jesus. It was like they could see that in a couple of years or rotations or whatever, that this star was going to happen. I don't know. Maybe they prophesied. I don't know. Maybe God was like, hey, there's going to be this. Like it just kind of popped into their head. I don't know. But that's how I saw it, was that they saw it was going to happen. So that's why they were there the night Jesus was born, is because they kind of saw.
Well, here's the thing that some people fail to remember. They weren't from like Israel, Judea, and even the Roman Empire.
Right.
Like when they stayed at Herod's, it's because they were like revered guests, because the wise men were also like influential figures from where they are. Now let's remember the wise man song. What's the first line of the wise man song, Matt?
Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? No, I don't know.
We three kings
of Orient are bearing gifts who travel so far.
Right.
So
they traveled so far.
Asia.
They're from the Orient. Yeah, they're from Asia. I don't know if y'all have seen a map lately. Asia and Israel are not close together.
And do you know how fast camels, if that's what even they were riding?
Now here we have the Silk Road.
They probably, I don't know if they would have been riding camels, now that I think about it. They probably would have been just riding horses.
If they rode anything.
That's true, but would you really walk? I don't know. I mean, they could have even had chariot. I mean, like some sort of, there was those back then, like wheeled mechanisms, right?
Well, they definitely walked some of it, but it's not like it's not just the three of them though.
Yeah.
Like anytime you see
caravan kind of thing.
Right. I mean, even so many figures from the past, you see them taking entire like people groups, basically. Like it's basically a small nation leaving.
Yeah.
To go on a trip, and that's what was happening there. But I just back to the original thesis of this argument. When people were like, "Oh, that's not how the Christmas story happened," I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I kind of figured that one out on my own, man." Thank you.
Thank you for telling me this information that definitely hasn't been known for literal years. It's like watching The Lord of the Rings with somebody, and they're like, "Hey, did you know that Viggo Mortensen didn't actually broke his toe in that scene? Did you know that? He broke his toe? What? Really? When did that come to light?"
Did you know in Spider-Man 1 when Tobey Maguire catches all of the stuff on the lunch tray, that was practical effects, and it took him I think 47 times to do it?
Actually, I didn't know that, so thank you for that information.
Did you know that they were also like 30 trying to be high schoolers, and this is why you have what's his name?
The guy who plays Flash?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Anyways, he's freaking like
Joe
40. Joe Manganiello, yeah. So old in that movie, and he's trying to be a 15-year-old.
It is wild that they thought that they could pass 30 and 40-year-olds for teenagers. And they just did it for every movie. And I guess it might have something to do with the fact that they didn't like really flesh out like teenage actors very well. Like they didn't really pay attention or put time and effort into teenage actors. So maybe that's why, and they just weren't as good, I guess, in quotations.
Well, there's so many restrictions with child actors of like how long they can actually film for and things like that. And so that's probably a bunch of it. But I know Tobey Maguire gets a lot of hate, but Andrew Garfield was actually older than Tobey when he started filming his first movie.
Dang, really? See, but in my head, like Andrew Garfield actually looked like a teenager to me. Like maybe
a little bit more. Like
20s.
Yeah.
He had a younger face, I think.
You know who else had a younger face?
Your Fudge Rudy, man.
Got him. Man, it's so easy to get you. Do you know why?
Why?
It's because I'm so much smarter than you are.
I hate when you do that. Like, I know why you do that. I know why you don't just say the word that I know you're trying not to say. Because if you just said the word, then people would be like, "Oh yeah, it's the time. It's the time for that quiz."
Quiz.
I was a quiz once.
I have quizzed once. Do you want to do a quiz?
What kind of quiz? Because if it's like if it's a math quiz, probably not. Clever boy quiz, I could probably do, but I didn't really study for math.
I kind of have a math quiz ready, but we can do a clever boy quiz if that's what you want. I was kind of looking forward to this math quiz, though.
What is 2 plus 2?
7. No, wait.
It's 8. Yeah, let's do the clever boy quiz. I think
That's a great idea, Matt. Time for everyone's favorite part of the show, the clever boy quiz, where Matt tries to prove that he is a clever boy.
I got a whiteboard again this week.
Matt, you were currently sitting at 0 losses.
Yeah,
the last time we played, you won.
Smart fella. Guess who also won during the last week's episode that didn't take place or didn't affect my score? I did.
I'd like to point out that I got all of the knowledge-based questions for the most part right. You got the
I got you know what I got? I got a lot
You got
of
lucky. I sat there, really thought of answers, wrote down something that was actually funny, and you just wrote crabs.
No, it's because I said it like Plankton says it. Come on. I fully wrote John Stamos as a joke. I wrote it because he pretends to, like, not pretends, but like he's very much like Elvis, because he's a huge fan of Elvis, and he, pretends in what's the word I'm looking for?
Full House.
No, but like he does Elvis impersonates him often in the show. So I was like, yeah, John Stamos, why not? Because I was 90% positive Elvis was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he is the king of rock. So that's why it was a joke, and then it ended up working in my favor. So
it took me so long to edit that episode because of just how much fun it was and like how much we did within it. That I had to listen to that. It was about 6 hours of me editing.
Good Lord.
And I was so absolutely furious at that part. And it's only about 30 minutes into the hour and 50 that we recorded for.
Yeah, we might as well have just turned that into 2 episodes. I don't know why we force ourselves to put it into one.
I mean, I've been trying to post it onto Patreon so that if you want to go onto patreon.com and get the full unedited version of that conversation with Roger, you can do so. But for some reason, Patreon doesn't like long videos. And so I think I might have to split it up into 2 parts and post it over there.
That's rude. But yeah, go ahead to patreon.com. Garlic Boys.
Matt, are you ready for this week's quiz?
I am ready. I even have my background taken down.
Boom, ready.
Which you can see on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@thegarlicboys.
And you can see that my background is a timeline.
Oh, okay, great.
Because we're playing What's Older Part 2.
Oh boy! I'm so excited.
This is everyone's favorite this or that quiz, where I give Matt 2 things and he tells me which one is older. Matt, do you remember how to play?
You're going to give me 2 things, and then I'm going to tell you exactly which of the 2 things is older.
No, I'm going to give you 2 things, and you're going to tell me exactly which of the 2 things is older.
Question. Is there any trick questions, as in, are they the same age?
No.
Okay, then let's get started with the quiz.
Pairing number 1.
Yeah.
Pringles original flavor.
Okay.
Or Sesame Street.
Or Sesame Street. Okay. I am writing down my answer because I think I know. So here we go. Boom, baby.
Final
Oh.
answer, Pringles.
Final answer, Pringles.
That is correct.
Oh boy.
Gamble and Procter released Pringles onto the market in 1968. Sesame didn't. Sesame Street did not premiere on television until the next year of 1969.
Wow. I didn't know Sesame Street was that old.
Yep. Same year Scooby Doo came out and that my mom was born.
Wow. 69. Nice.
Yep. Pair number 2. Star Wars and Gerald Ford's presidency.
No. No, I don't like that. Okay. Here we go. No, because I'm gonna. Ugh. All right. Go
As
ahead.
a hint, I'm using when Star Wars like officially like premiered in theaters,
Yeah.
not when he like developed the process or project himself and all of that.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I have to draw.
You don't have to draw.
This is a bad idea.
This is the downside of giving you a whiteboard. This is just write the answer down.
No, I will not just write the answer down. Who do you take me for?
You're wasting precious time.
Hey, you're wasting precious time.
The more time we waste here, the less time we have to talk about the show.
Okay, fine. Here you go. Star Wars.
Final answer.
Final answer.
The original Star Wars, as it was known at the time, premiered in theaters in 1977.
Okay.
Which was the final year of Gerald Ford's presidency, which started back in 1974 after he was appointed to the position when Richard Nixon resigned.
All right. Well, I was going to say Ford's presidency. I was actually going to draw you a nice little Ford truck, but then I didn't because I was like, maybe just maybe, kind of like sliced bread and Betty White. Maybe everything is not what it seems.
All right. Number 3, YouTube.
Okay.
The same website where you can find video versions of this podcast. And Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon.
Right. No, that's not it. Okay, hold on. Sorry for the silence, everybody.
It's fine. I just edited it out.
Okay. Here is my answer. YouTube. Final answer.
Final answer.
Good old logo for you. Not the same logo we have today. Different logo.
Matt, YouTube was started in 2005.
No way. I thought
Avatar: The Last Airbender premiered in 2005.
Oh, so what days were they?
YouTube went live in February of 2005.
Okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender premiered in February of 2005.
So what's the day?
Avatar: The Last Airbender premiered on February 21st, 2005.
Okay, so I got 20 days to get this correct. Come on, YouTube.
YouTube premiered exactly 1 week earlier
What?
on February 14th, 2005.
Yeah. Really? On Valentine's Day, YouTube was like, let's do this. Let's do this for all those lovers out there so they can post their dumb little videos.
Yep. But just made me think about how the live action Avatar the Airbender series premiered almost 19 years later to the day, actually, because it premiered like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No,
From
yeah.
when this goes out.
Very close to the original release. I think that's super great.
That's just a fun fact for everyone. It's not a rock fact. Number 4. A little slice of Pittsburgh or Western Pennsylvania history for everyone here. Which is older, Kennywood or Idlewild? Both of these are amusement parks within the Western Pennsylvania area. I've been to both of them. I've only gone to Idlewild once. It wasn't a great day for me. I got poison ivy around my eye and was abandoned by my father at several points because we were there with his girlfriend at the time and her family.
Oh, ouch. All right. I'm gonna go with Kennywood for 30. Joe.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Well, Kennywood was founded in 1889.
Holy dang!
Sorry, 1899.
Still.
Right. But Idlewild was started in 1878.
Whoa, no way.
Yep.
That's crazy, actually. I didn't know. I've never been to Idlewild. I don't think I've ever been ever in my life.
They have Splash Zone there, which is like this really it's a water playground basically.
Yeah.
And there's a giant bucket on the top of it that just like fills with water and then pours out on you. It's kind of fun.
Cool stuff. I mean, that's just about at every water park you'll ever go to, but still cool.
All right, whatever. Number 5. The game of Dungeons and Dragons
Okay.
or Pizza Hut.
Oh, that is interdesting. Let's see. Pizza Hut probably been around a while. Dungeons and Dragons, I know, is not like insanely old because I'm pretty sure either it's the creator or like the creator's son still alive. My dad used to play it when he was in his 20s. He was born in the 50s. Actually, I think 50. So it would have been like at least 60s, 70s when it came out. Question mark. Pizza Hut. I could see Pizza Hut being from like the late 1800s. Like, I don't know how the heck it has been around this long. I still don't. I don't get it because Pizza Hut, no offense to the Pizza Hut stands out there, is nasty. It is so gross.
It does have a better stuffed crust than Papa John's, though.
I mean,
I will defend them against Papa John's.
I've never had Papa John's pizza. Not a single day in my entire life.
It's not worth it.
So I'm gonna go a little off the wall here. Okay. Are you ready?
Show me your answer. Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, I think Pizza Hut's older.
The Pizza Hut's older?
I do, because like I said, I'm pretty sure that Dungeons and Dragons, I think, was like 60s. And if I'm going off of that assumption, I have to assume that, like many restaurants that are still around today, especially chain restaurants, it takes a while most of the time to become a chain restaurant. So I'm going to go with, Pizza Hut.
You said your dad was born in 1950, and then he played Dungeons and Dragons in his 20s.
I believe so, yeah.
That means the earliest he could have played Dungeons and Dragons, he would have been 24. Because he came
74?
out in 1974.
No way. Wow.
Pizza Hut started in 1958.
See, that's what I'm saying. It takes time. Yeah. I'm a
Wild
winner.
for now. Pairing number 6. Cool Ranch Doritos
Okay.
and the filet of fish from McDonald's.
Okay. I think I have my answer. I'm not even gonna like take too much time on this.
Mm-hmm.
Just to write things down, you know.
Do you want to take your time a little bit so I can go get a Dr. Pepper real quick?
I guess.
I'm thirsty.
I mean, art does take time. So, I guess.
You're not going to get bonus points for a good drawing, just so you know.
Okay. Back when I was in high school, for you listeners, I didn't like statistics. So I would just draw on the tests, and my teacher would still give me like points, like half credit and stuff. I don't know why. Like he was just feeding my my desire to not do the tests, because he would give me points, and because he gave me points, I wasn't going to do the test. So I don't think I ever studied for a test, and I was failing that class up until the final, and I was actually able to pull my grade up out of the F zone into the C zone. So thank you very much. I passed.
Do you have fun talking to yourself?
I was talking to the listeners, man. We have a connection. We have a connection. I feel every single one of these listeners in my bones, you know?
How many bones?
275. My answer is filet o fish. Look at that, perfectly fillet in a basket of fries. That's a brilliant drawing.
You wish it was that thick now.
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
From what I understand, the filet of fish was added just for the season that we're in now, the Lenten season.
Yeah.
So that people could still have a meat option. I don't remember if the McHawaiian was before or after that. Which
What?
is the Hawaiian burger from McDonald's, which was a slice of pineapple with a piece of cheese on a bun.
That is revolting.
Yeah, it was. But the filet of fish came out in 1962 to give everyone that Lenten option. Cool Ranch Doritos, though, didn't come out for many years later in 1986.
Wow. I see, to me, I don't know why, Cool Ranch Doritos seem much newer. Like, I feel like that was like a 2000s thing. Like, I could picture that being a 2000s thing, but apparently not.
I think that's when we got what we consider the modern bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, like that blue color. And so that could be why you believe that.
That is very possible. I didn't really know Doritos existed. Hashtag poor. We weren't allowed to eat Doritos because they were too expensive. When
you have 12 kids, that's
yeah, it's impossible to buy name brand stuff because that $2 goes towards school clothes.
So I wanted to just sit in that downer moment for a second. All right, moving on. Number 7. The Super Bowl which I
Okay.
think we actually have to refer to as the big game.
The big game.
Like
Okay.
you can't call it the Super Bowl, you have to call it the big game.
Oh yeah, unacceptable. Super Bowl is
Um,
not even a term that people use.
The Super Bowl or Brendan Fraser.
No. All right, hold on. I got to think about this because we just had Super Bowl 50, 58 maybe, or 59. Let's go with like 60. All right, let's just round up to 60. I don't know how old Brendan Fraser is, but I don't think he's 60. So it could be cutting it close. Rounding up is a little dangerous. I'm gonna go with I'm sorry, who's older?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I forgot the entire premise of the game. Hold on. Almost there. Almost perfect. Okay. Super Bowl.
Is that your depiction of someone taking a bite out of a Nerf football?
Yes.
Did you draw a boy dinner?
Yes. Super Bowl is my answer. I feel like Brendan Fraser's like in his 50s, which, to be fair, is also what the Super Bowl is, but I think Super Bowl's a little older, I think, hopefully.
Brendan Fraser, if my math is correct, should be turning 56 this year.
Ooh, all right, yeah, that's real close.
But we just had Super Bowl 57.
So I was right.
So you are correct with the Super Bowl being older.
Yes.
Alrighty.
What do you mean if your math is correct? Hold on. Let's get back to this. 1 second. What do you mean if your math is correct?
I just have the year written down here, so I know that the Super Bowl was in 1967 and Brendan Fraser was born in 1968. And so I didn't know if my math is correct that Brendan Fraser was 56.
Oh, because like if you just Google how old is Brendan Fraser, he will tell you exactly how old he is.
Right. And I did that earlier, but I didn't write that information down. So I can't just
All right.
just because you think I know everything doesn't mean I actually do know everything.
Trust me, I never thought that you knew everything.
Number 8. Krispy Kreme
Okay.
or Dunkin' Donuts?
Ooh. All right. I have no idea when either of these came out. But America runs on Dunkin', which stands to which goes, if America runs on Dunkin', America could not have existed before the invention of Dunkin', which means that Dunkin' is in fact older than the invention of America. The invention of America, the creation of the United States of America, maybe not as we know it today, but the creation, which would have been in 1776, which means that that Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence in a Dunkin' cafeteria in a Dunkin' seating area.
Boston did come about within the 1600s.
Exactly. And where do you think Boston cream donuts came from? Boston.
Right, man, I'm gonna need an answer here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, there's my answer.
Is that supposed to be an asterisk?
No. I wrote KKK, but then crossed out the K and wrote a D. That stands for Krispy Kreme donuts. In case you were wondering, not the Ku Klux donuts.
Krispy Kreme quonuts.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, what do we? We need to go to Krispy Kreme.
We wouldn't have to crispy over this queen right now.
What do we? I'm queeming all over you, Krispy. I'm so sorry.
I crispy on her donut till I cream.
Oh, we need to stop. We need to. Is it right? Am I right?
Yeah. The Krispy Kreme came out in 1937. Dunkin' came out in 1948.
Oh wow, that's crazy. 1948.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. And when did Krispy Kreme come out?
1937.
Wow. No, I definitely didn't think they were that old. Contrary to what I said earlier about the founding fathers. Okay, wow. Good for them.
Old donuts.
Now the real question is, do you prefer Dunkin' Donuts or do you prefer Krispy Kreme donuts?
There isn't a Krispy Kreme super close to me,
That's fair.
but I can get them at the Gecko near where I work. Problem is they're not like super fresh like they are when you get them at the store.
Yeah.
And so like they're good, but they're not great. Dunkin' is on my way to work. I stop there and get coffee almost every morning. I guess I'm gonna have to say Dunkin' just because it's more convenient and that's nicer. But I'm not happy really with either donut quality anymore.
Really? Oh,
And I'd prefer if they did better.
if I actually had to choose donuts, if I went out to go get donuts right now, you know where I would go? Sheets.
Krispy Kreme.
No, Sheets. They're gourmet freaking donuts that they just started because they got rid of their other donuts. So good. They are scrumdiddlyumptious. But between the two, I was always a huge fan of just pure glazed donuts, and sometimes I would get the jelly-filled glazed donuts. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm not a fan of either of their jelly filling. But the way that Krispy Kreme their glaze flakes off, like have you ever done that? You just bite into the Krispy Kreme and the glaze kind of flakes.
Yeah.
Dunkin's doesn't do that. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't do that.
Dunkin's not fresh glazing like they do at Krispy Kreme. And also, of course, you freaking like jelly-filled donuts.
Jelly-filled donuts are so good.
Shut your mouth, you cop.
The only thing that beats jelly-filled donuts is maple frosted donuts, and it's even better if they're filled with maple cream. Man, that stuff's delicious.
You enjoy that maple so much because it goes well with your bacon, you pig.
Maple bacon, that's funny. Maple bacon donuts actually is one of my favorites. So, yeah, I'm a cop. Please move on.
Thank you, Morty. Question number 9. A ballpoint pen and a Kodak camera.
In a Kodak camera. All right. I don't know when any of these things came out. Because why would I? So as far as I'm aware, we had feather pens. We had those like quill pens, which was like obviously tried to mimic a feather with the ink and everything. Quill
now
pens.
We have rubber pens.
And and then there's then right after the quill pens we had, or ink pens, whatever you want to call those. I guess they're all ink pens now, but then I think we went straight to ballpoint pens after that. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I do have a coworker who's really into pens. Like he will buy like $600 pens just because it's like his collection. He would probably know this. Or the Kodak camera. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna. Here we go. This is wowee. This is really bad. I laughed and it really messed up the drawing.
You don't have to do the
I
drawing.
do. You don't understand. I do. Why is
Oh
this
my
bear
goodness.
holding a knife? Okay.
Did you just say the phrase, why is this bear holding a knife? You're supposed to either be drawing a Kodak camera or a ballpoint pen. How did you draw a bear holding a knife? That makes absolutely no sense. There hasn't been a question for you to draw anything close to a bear.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh man. I need to erase.
No, I want to see the bear with the knife.
Oh, every time I look at it, I just start laughing again.
I want to see the bear with the knife. Show me the bear. I want to see the baby.
Okay.
I need you to take a picture of that before you erase it. Why?
Because Kodiak is a company that has a bear
my
on its
goodness.
logo. So, oh man, Kodiak is a company that has a bear on its logo. And so I was like, oh yeah, that's similar to Kodak. So I was it's Kodak. That's the answer. I took a picture of it. Oh man. Oh,
Final answer.
that wasn't as funny as it. Oh, yeah. Final answer.
The ballpoint pen was invented, or at least the patent was like created
Yeah.
on October 30th, 1888.
Holy dang. So yeah, that's about right. Right after the quill pen.
Roughly 2 months after Kodak cameras went to market on September 4th, 1888.
So all that I got it right.
Yes. You should feel real proud of yourself.
I do, and I drew a bear for no reason. Okay.
But you're feeling real confident about this quiz now, too.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten some right.
You feel like you could answer something that I could give you a time frame on that is so wildly old that you wouldn't be able to figure it out?
Jesus was older. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Which is older? Matches or fireworks?
Ooh, that is a good question. Because, like, how do you light the fireworks if there's no matches to light the fireworks? Easy answer: flint and steel. The same way you light a fire. Could work. I don't know. But would you have invented fireworks if you didn't already have matches? It's a good question. I think I'm gonna draw this here for you. What if I? Yeah, that would be funny. Sorry, just a little insight into my mind. I was thinking about drawing a firework, but saying like writing down matches. But no, I just fireworks. Fireworks, I think, were invented first.
From what I have found,
Mhm.
The earliest records of matches, sort of how we know them now, of little sticks of pine wood with sulfur, and like storing them for use, was found in a book called The Records of Unworldly and the Strange, written by Chinese author, I believe this is pronounced Tao Gu, in 1950.
Okay.
Fireworks have their earliest versions
In Lord of the
coming
Rings.
from China during the Song Dynasty,
Okay.
which begins in 960 CE.
So I'm sorry, 60.
960.
Oh, 960, which is way before the match.
No,
I thought you said the match was 1950. I'm very confused.
the match is 950.
Oh, I heard 19.
Fireworks is 960, 10 years after.
What? Wow. That's crazy. Didn't know that. I should have wrote matches in the firework.
Mm-hmm. But hey,
It's okay.
you gotta miss some of them, right? You can't get them all right.
Exactly. Can't win them all.
But we can try the bonus still.
I love bonus questions, even pointless ones that points don't matter.
It's fantastic. You ready for it?
Yes.
Alrighty. Clipboard or whiteboard at the ready.
At the ready.
Put these Pixar movies in chronological order.
Oh, no.
Cars, Up, Finding Nemo, Brave, and Wally.
Cars up. Hold on. Cars up. Find Nemo. Brave. Wally. All right. Cars. No. Okay. Finding Nemo was quite early. Wait. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go here. And then let's see. Oh boy, these are tricky. Because when you're growing up, you're not really paying attention to like what year things come out, if that makes sense. Like you're
Mhm.
watching them as they come out, but like when did they actually come out? Who
Right.
was? Let's go there. We got that one and that one. Let's go there. And boom, baby. All right. You ready for this?
Alrighty, let's see what you got.
Finding Nemo, Cars, Wally, Up, then Brave.
Matt, how confident are you in that timeline?
Exactly 2%. The only one I'm 90% confident on is Finding Nemo, because I had a pillow of Finding Nemo when I lived in Nevada, and I would have been like 5-6 years old. So I'm confident that one is probably the earliest. I don't know or remember any of the others or when they came out. So 70%, 50, 60%.
Cars premiered in 2006.
Okay.
Up premiered in 2009. Finding Nemo premiered in 2003. Brave in 2012. And Wally in 2008.
I did it. I did it. Oh, man. Did I win?
Sorry, I literally just like micro napped there. What did you say?
I saw it. Did I win?
Yeah, yes.
It actually won? Like totally?
Yeah, you got 8 out of 11 points there.
Hot diggity dog. Look at that.
Puts you at another win in the win column. It means we got to figure out your clever boy title for level 24.
Okay. What did we come up with yesterday? Not yesterday, the last episode, where we said we totally should have used that for the
Oh, the 7 dwarves.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. we should just do Snow White and the Seven or the no. We should just do that for this one.
The 20 clever dwarves.
No, I don't like that. How many wins am I at?
You're at 1 technically for this batch, but this is going to be 24 for like the overall.
Right. 24. I mean, it is 2024. Did we already do that?
20 clever 4.
Oh, so already okay. All right, that's fair. We're at 24. Clever Sutherland, because he was the main character in the show 24.
Clever Sutherland.
All right. I'm taking advantage of
Alrighty.
Connor being too tired to fight me on some things.
Well, sometimes being tired is good, you know, and sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
But some good things can come from being tired, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. But one of the bad things is that you can get locked inside a room forever and not be able to escape.
That is also a possibility, but I don't think we should say that whenever we're about to advertise for an escape room, that you're definitely going to always be able to escape no matter what, even if you're tired.
Well, that's the thing, Matt. You're never going to be tired there because they're so exhilarating and there's so much thrill of going through these escape rooms that it's never going to be an issue.
Never.
The rooms at Puzzle Room Pittsburgh, who has been a longtime partner of this show for a few months now, have 3 exhilarating rooms that'll keep you on the edge of your seat, but you won't even need it because you'll be standing up, walking around the entire room looking at puzzles.
Yeah, screw that seat.
And those 3 experiences that you can go through are the study, seeking Sasquatch, and escape the undead. All you need to do is use our promo code Garlic Boy for $5 off per person on your ticket to mystery, excitement, and endless fun. Just visit the website at puzzleroompittsburgh.com, enter in that promo code in the checkout field, and so you can't miss out on the ultimate escape. Go ahead and book now. Matt, what is your topic for this week?
I want to talk about something. We need to make a deal, Connor. We need to strike a deal. Okay.
All right.
I don't want. Okay. Sorry. Let me just restart this pitch here. Okay. I need somebody, and I need that somebody to be you, because I can't trust anybody else. I can't trust a single soul to take me seriously in this matter.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, that was a bit aggressive. All that laughing made my throat fill up with mute. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So whenever you say you're watching a movie and the person in that movie gets stuck in a time loop or is back from the future or something to that effect, stuck in a time loop specifically, I think is where I'm going with this. And they always go to somebody and they say, hey, I'm stuck in a time loop. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, this has never happened before. This day is just any normal day. It's gonna happen, and the next day is gonna happen. You just gotta stop being so anxious. Just stop being so dumb. All right. Or it's like, you're crazy. Go to a mental institution. Okay. So if I was stuck in a time loop, okay, I would need somebody, I think, to talk to say, hey, no questions asked. I'm stuck in a time loop and I need you to help me to get out of it. I need you to be that person. Like this comes with the caveat of if I am stuck in a time, or sorry, this comes with the caveat of if I'm not stuck in a time loop, I will never come to you, Connor, and joke with you saying, hey, I'm stuck in a time loop, because then it becomes a boy who cried wolf situation, you know? And we don't want that. We don't want you to not believe me when I actually am stuck in a time loop. Sorry, when or if I am stuck in a time loop.
Then why are we discussing it now?
I'm discussing it now for the future possibility of me getting stuck in a time loop so that I have some sort of contingency plan put in place so that you and I, if we ever get stuck in a time loop, have a trusted person that we can go to no matter what, no questions asked, even if we are estranged lovers that never talk to each other ever again. We can come to each other and say, hey, I know we don't talk anymore. I'm stuck in a time loop. Help me out. And they'd be like, drop everything. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not a single question asked. I understand and I will help you.
Do you truly believe that if we ever became lovers, we'd be estranged?
I mean, the possibility. Listen, I was actually.
I thought you cared about me more than that, but that's fine.
I was actually having this conversation with Mia on the way home today. I absolutely despise TV shows where like an entire season or an entire movie, whatever, is built up, like building up this relationship where they go through this entire movie just to get together at the end. And then the next season or the next movie, they hate each other. Like they're like, they don't want nothing to do with each other. The 4 months or a couple years or whatever that happened between, they just despise each other. I hate that. I know it can happen. I know it can happen in real life that people separate in real life, even if they, you know, built this whole relationship and this whole bond. But I hate it. I hate it. What's the point? What's the point in making them fall in love if you're just going to come back after a little break in the season and they're going to be apart? What's the point? You can write the story, you know what I mean? Like the writers have control over these characters, and obviously sometimes it's actors, and sometimes, like for example, in the Karate Kid franchise, Connor, don't fall asleep on me. In the Karate Kid franchise, the actor who played the blonde girl in the first movie, she didn't do the second movie. Like she went to school and Harvard or something like that. I don't remember what she did, but she went to college, and finished her schooling. So that's why she wasn't in the second movie. But you could have wrote something better than they fought and broke up. You could have wrote that she went to college. Something like that. It could have been a civil breakup. Who knows? That's my least favorite trope. But let's get to what we're talking about, Connor. I need to get you talking so you stop falling asleep.
I'm just so confused on where this is coming from, because I asked you your topic, and if this isn't your topic, that means that you were just thinking about time loops out of nowhere.
No, this is my topic. This topic came to light via social media. I don't remember who. Don't ask me. I'm technically stealing this idea, but because anybody could have this idea, it's not an original idea. It's not a specific idea to one person. Doesn't matter. I did get this idea off social media, and I need somebody. They had a good idea. They had a good plan, and so now I need that plan. You know?
I mean, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it. I just, when we talked before the show, it seemed like we were going to talk about something completely different. And then you bring this up to me.
Yeah, well, because you were kind of like, I don't know if I want to talk about that, but I might. I listen. There's still room for a good old G spot.
I mean, I think we could talk about it and like sort of have the discussion that we did earlier. I think we can be adults about it. I mean,
Sure. screw this topic. We have the deal. Let's go and let's talk about the good old show that we both decided to watch independently, because I didn't want to tell Connor, because he definitely would have not watched it if I told him about it. Hazbin Hotel. Very popular recently.
This was something that I kept seeing on TikTok and then decided I should watch it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't directly remember anyone telling me to watch it.
Good.
Um,
Because you wouldn't have.
Probably not. It's such a problem, and I don't get it. I don't get why.
It's oppositional defiance disorder.
Sure, whatever that is.
That's what it is.
It's not real.
Uh-huh.
It's so this show is so good.
Do you want me to? Okay, so the premise of this show, for those of you who haven't decided to watch it, and there are valid reasons for not watching it. I completely understand. As both of us being Christians ourselves, there are reservations we had, and we discussed those, and we can discuss those. But the show is the daughter of Lucifer created this hotel to reform people in hell, or demons, I guess, in this universe, to reform demons into going, like, to get them into heaven. Because the angels in heaven exterminate demons. They come down every year and they kill a bunch of demons. So they want to stop the demon killing and redeem some of these demons and get them into heaven. Very good story, obviously all about redemption. Stellar story. But go ahead, Connor.
And there are themes and things that happen within this that, like, definitely as a Christian, there are things that, like, challenge my belief system, because like the devil is charming and fun, and like you shouldn't like Lucifer in that way.
He's arguably one of the best characters of the entire show. I love him so much.
He's a lovable goofball, and it's weird.
Played by the great Jeremy Jordan, for those of you who don't know.
He was a newsie.
And in Supergirl.
Exactly. But the biggest thing about this show, and you can tell what they wanted from it, and they wanted it to be a musical TV show, a musical cartoon, because there's so much attention paid to the music in this show.
Yeah.
And it's not like in defiance of everything else, because the story, the animation, everything else within this is incredibly well done. But the music itself is done on a level similar to Broadway.
Yeah.
Because of that, for the most part, like, except for like two characters, I think they're mainly people, like the cast is mainly people that are known for being Broadway stars.
I think Husk, no, he was actually in Broadway, I believe.
Was Keith David a Broadway star too?
I think at one point he did play in Broadway. There are a couple in there that are not specifically known for their Broadway performances. I think Keith David would be one of them.
Stephanie Barrett's. She plays Vaggie.
Yeah, she's Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And
Mirabelle.
Yeah.
Encanto.
And then you have like a few other, like,
guy who plays Beetlejuice. In the
Alex Brightman is like the probably the biggest name, more I should say most mainstream Broadway performer on there.
He like plays Adam.
He plays Adam and Serpentius.
Does he really play Serpentius?
He plays Adam, Serpentius, and the eggs.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. I love that so much. Serpentius is a great character. For those of you who haven't watched it, he is one of the characters that is working to get redeemed throughout the
one of the residents of the Hazbin Hotel.
Yeah.
And there's so many, like, like what I can only praise this show enough for the music, because easily you could have gotten a bunch of good voice actors in there, a bunch of big celebrities and everything, and not done as much with the songs. But for me, getting Broadway performers in there to perform these songs to the best that these songs could be was so perfect for them. Like I ended up not like needing good. Sorry, I shouldn't say good. Shouldn't I ended up not needing A-list celebrities,
Yeah.
because these performances are done with such like passion and power that like I have only watched the show once. I've listened to the soundtrack 7 times
Yeah.
in the last week, and it wasn't all like once a day.
If
It's
you are on the fence about watching this show, listen to the soundtrack first. That's what I did. I listened to all of the music. Obviously, I saw a lot of it on TikTok, but like listen to the soundtrack first, see if it's something you would enjoy, and like you can pick up a lot of the story just from the soundtrack itself. But then watch the show, because holy dang, the show is, and obviously you have to be okay with redemption. You know, you have to be okay with sinners, I guess, as they are called in the show. Sinners getting redeemed. That's the whole point of it.
you have to remember that it is taking place in hell.
Yeah.
These are people that are flawed. These are people that like aren't going to be the best people. And there are scenes in there that are heavy. There are scenes in there that like if you're of a more gentle disposition, I don't recommend watching the show.
Yeah.
But if you're someone that can like sort of not move past, but like move through that and understand the deepening meanings of the show, and still get to the core value of it's about striving to be the best person you can be despite your circumstances,
Yeah.
which I think is like the biggest like theme of the show, especially for Angel Dust.
Yeah. I
Um,
think you have to look at the show like we were discussing before. You have to look at the show from a fictional universe point of view. You can't look at
Right.
it through our like the Christian lens, because obviously there's going to be some pushback from that. But it is taking a traditional story of people that are seen as good and people that are seen as evil, and kind of flipping the script on that, and showing that the people that are traditionally seen as evil and the people that are traditionally seen as good are not always, it's not always that cut and dry. It's not always these people are always good and these people are always evil. Does that make sense? So
I when we were talking earlier, you used the comparison to Percy Jackson, of how like Percy Jackson is Greek mythology, but it's not the same as the Greek myths.
yeah,
And
you're
so like
by reading it, you're not gonna, it's not like you're believing or studying to learn to believe in Greek mythology. It's literally just
right.
watching a fictional show and enjoying the story.
And like honestly, I think the only like real person that is like used within the show is Adam, and he that's like so far removed from us. But
Right.
like everything else is like a fictional daughter of Lucifer and Lilith. People that like aren't real people, like aren't named people. Like it's not like Alistair was this famous radio DJ in
Right.
our world, and like that's when he became a demon. Like
Saint Peter
it's
was also in it though.
well, yeah, actually, you're right.
But
But that's not a bad depiction of him. Like
yeah, it's
I Adam is not depicted in the best light, I should say.
I guess we could say this. Don't take your biblical knowledge. Don't form your biblical knowledge on this show, because it is not straight from the Bible. It's not that. It's a biblical themed. It is skinned as a biblical theme, but the story is just a story. Like it is a story. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you still don't feel comfortable watching it because of that, totally valid. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I still recommend listening to at least I can never remember what it's called,
Which
and it's my
song?
third favorite. The third favorite that we agreed on.
Oh Lord.
There's
It
Loser
more
Baby.
is it more
You
than
didn't
anything?
know More Than Anything. Yeah, I
More
at
than
least
anything.
recommend listening to that. It's if nothing else, it's about the relationship between a um
A father
father
and a
and
daughter.
daughter who are slightly estranged and
Yeah.
how they're still able to come together. And it's such a beautiful song. And again, it's done between Lucifer and his daughter, but it doesn't detract from the power of that.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot, but that's what a lot of the music is. I mean, there are obviously some songs that are very specific to the uh show, like the
Right.
story and moving the story along. Like Loser Baby, I think could be seen like it could be taken apart from the story in a way, kind of like More Than Anything. And same with Poison. Poison actually reached number 2 on the Billboard charts or something like that. I don't remember, but it is a very popular song from the, and it's about one of the characters and them, but it can be taken in a, you could listen to it and connect with it kind of way.
I just want to recommend for those out there, like, yes, there are things that can be seen as like propaganda towards beliefs, but at the same time, I think if you're able to separate that and understand that this isn't trying to get you to believe in the devil and in the power that he has, but it's truly like understanding redemption and believing that no matter how much you have sinned, you can still move forward and like not even go into holiness, but go into like purpose. I think is
Yeah.
a good thing to look at. Like just because you have done bad in the past doesn't mean you can't do good in the future.
And
I
that
think
theme,
I think that's a line from the show, like that, like at least paraphrased to that.
well, that theme, like that theme that you just said is entirely biblically accurate. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like obviously whatever you believe, traditionally in Christianity, demons are not going to ever be able to be redeemed and go to heaven. But not everybody in hell is a demon, and that's a different conversation. But um, demons cannot necessarily be redeemed. But on Earth, as humans, the possibility is there for no matter what you've done, you can always still, come back.
All in all, what we're saying is don't take this as the actual gospel. Don't take this as how Christianity works. Just see this as a great musical with a sort of edgier theme to it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of The Garlic Boys. Why did you make a face like you were sad that the episode was ending?
Because one, I kind of am, and two, you didn't have a topic.
Well, yeah, there was a few weeks where you didn't get to do your topic, so I'm making up for it.
That's fair. Okay.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys podcast. If you'd like more from us, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok, as well as Facebook at the Garlic Boys to see when we post and see fun clips from the shows, as well as information on when new episodes come out. If you'd like to support us, you can do so on patreon.com/the Garlic Boys. $3 a month lets us know that you're just excited to see what we're doing and help us move forward. $10 a month gets you exclusive access to multiple different things, including our D&D after show called Bonus Actions, exclusive videos such as the Garlic Press, our favorite Pokemon, things like that available on there, and an extended version of episode 72 of this show where we talked to Roger from Rock and Roll from Initiative. It's an hour and 50 minutes long. Promise once I get it figured out how to get that up there, that's going to be up there. That's a great thing. There's so much more funny bits and jokes from us that you'll get to experience on a full video version. If you'd like to support us and get something in return for it physically, you can head over to redbubble.com/the Garlic Boys. Find out some of the awesome designs that we have over there. We're hoping to get some new things up there soon. But we got some great classic designs as well. And finally, if you want to head on over to youtube.com/@thegarlicboys to watch video versions of the podcast over there for free. You can find those every new episodes drop every Wednesday at 12 p.m. noon. And they're always going to be about 4 weeks behind from here, so you can watch this in 4 weeks. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lilith, because maybe she wasn't always around. Maybe she wasn't a great mom, but Charlie was spawned from her, so Charlie's pretty great. She's not a mom, so I can't say Charlie.
That's fair. We haven't talked about this yet, but the new trailer for X-Men 97 came out recently.
I'm so
And
excited.
in it we see Jean Grey is pregnant, and so I'm going to shout out Jean Grey as my mom for this
Heck
week.
I can't wait.
Matt, do you have any final thoughts?
I think that you should. No, I don't have any.
You don't have any final thought?
Not a single one. There's not a thought behind those eyes.
There never is.
Nope.
Alrighty, thank you all so much for listening, and remember, as always, to stay garlicky. I only fell asleep like twice, okay?
Take some like adrenaline pills or something.
No.